For the next part, I want to spend a little bit more time talking about problem situations. Okay, for problem situation, you start off with having the header over here. Problem situation, you write down problem situation, and with the pictures that you have already taken last week, you will stick the pictures over here and give me a brief description of the problem that you have identified. And then you need to sketch a default idea, which is a solution to the problem that you have identified. Now, it is important that you have at least one solution for the problem that you have identified, because it is no point identifying a problem in which you totally have no idea how you want to go about solving it. So you should have at least one idea to solve the problem that you have identified. And for this first idea, we call it the default idea. The reason why we call it the default idea is because we don't intend to use it as the final idea for the solution. A good designer will always go beyond the default idea. We are always not satisfied with the first idea that comes to our mind. So the first idea that comes to our mind would be this default idea, and therefore we would go beyond this default idea later on in the next stage of your design journal, which I will cover in the next lesson. Now let me show you an example of how we can go about doing this. Now this is an example that I have, a picture that I've taken from the classroom of a student's desk and the chair. Alright, and the problem that I've identified is that students have limited space to place their books and stationery on these existing tables. Alright, for the same picture, you might have identified a different problem. Okay, you can write what you see, okay, or what you observe here. Okay, and for this problem of limited space on books on the existing tables, the default idea that I have is to have some form of attachment for students to place stationery in this artifact instead of placing it on a table, thereby they have more space. Alright, now notice by sketching this idea here, you would not really understand what I want to use these compartments for unless I tell you what these compartments are for. Therefore, whenever you sketch any idea in your journal, it is important for you to annotate the idea. Now, annotations are labels or explanation of your sketches. Alright, so how do they look like? They look like this. Okay, so you have arrows to describe, to store small items such as erasers and correction tape, and the bigger container is to store pens and pencils and markers. Now there will be other questions that come up with the default idea, because the default idea is not, we don't expect the default idea to be a perfect idea. Alright, so there will be some questions that you will ask about the default idea. For example, what about portability? Do we want it to be portable, or do we want it to be permanently fixed into the desk? Is it part of the desk design, or is it something portable? What about the existing pencil case? Because currently students are already carrying pencil case to school. Why would they want to carry such a bulky item such as like this? So this default idea, there is room for exploration. Alright, so we will keep this default idea here first, but you can write down your questions and what are the issues that you want to take up with this default idea. Okay, so you can write down some of the issues that still needs to be explored, and write down the labels of the sketches that you have done, so that people can understand your default idea better. Alright, so I've come to the end of my video. For homework, I will need you to do the following. Start off on the first page to write down the theme in your sketchbook, your journal. Write down classroom furniture, followed by the definition of theme. Write down the definition of the theme on the top left hand corner. Search on the internet what is the definition of classroom. Search on the internet what is the definition of furniture, followed by some pictures that you find on the internet that describes what you understand as classroom furniture. On the third page, you can copy this mind map if you want, or you can come up with a new mind map. But whatever it is, you must go beyond. You have got to give me more unique branches on the mind map, okay, on what you understand or what you have in mind of classroom furniture. And lastly, you will need to come up with at least 3 good problem situations with default ideas accompanying them. Okay, I say again, 3 good problem situations with the default ideas well annotated accompanying the problem situation. Okay, all these can be done in 1 page. Okay, so I need 3 pages of this. Okay, with that I end this lesson on how to start off your design journal for the theme of classroom furniture. Thank you for watching this video.